Okay, so Wario here has the key, this ghost key, on his left hand, and the left hand is controlled by the right hemisphere of the brain, uh, and I see the right hemisphere of the brain as being, at least symbolically, representative of a certain like intuitive function of the psyche, a boundary dissolving function, and then the left hemisphere as being a boundary creating hemisphere, and both are necessary. That we couldn't live as as people without boundaries between us and the world. And yet, I think in art, and in this case in video game art, I see at least, and I think there's a clear element of projection from on my part, but I see a theme of the a celebration of the right hemisphere as being a dissolving, fun thing that will soften up the left hemisphere. The left hemisphere is just as good as the right one. It's just a question of softening it up, bringing it into harmony, in a sense, right? Um, and I mean, this probably goes hand in hand with the nature of video games as being things that bring out this fun, playful side of yourself. But anyway, so we have the key, golden key, the right hemisphere, that it sort of opens up something, right? Here in Wario Land 3, the left hand is also aligned with a key, the key that activates the musical box. In Wario Land, the first Wario Land, the left hand is associated with the gold. So here the symbol changes. The right hemisphere is like the treasure that is collected, right? And here, I see it almost as if the right hand, so the left hemisphere, as I was saying, seems to be the shadow and the crocodile. And the crocodile and the shadow aligned as if they were two sides of what is represented by the left hemisphere. And we have the crocodile, which in Mario games also the dinosaur, Bowser, Yoshi, this sort of ancient, archaic side of the psyche, like a yeah, like the reptile part of your brain, the layer of your brain that's most ancient and probably part of the collective unconscious at a most primal base level, and the shadow, almost as if, yeah, the key is to unlock the repressed side of the psyche. Oops. And once the repressed side of the psyche is, excuse me, once the repressed side of the psyche is unlocked, then the balance is achieved. One sort of the overused left flows into the right, or the right flows into the left, and we have this sort of castle, this golden pyramid that sort of shines out the same color as Wario's hat, right? So it's like the key unlocks the holistic sort of total psyche, the individuation, the self, I guess, as being a temple that's the same color as the hat. It's like the top reaches of the body, almost like the typical sort of spiritual thing of the chakra system and the kundalini energy rising up the chakra system, which is interesting because we have the base chakra is red, right? And here, the shadow and the reptile are surrounded by red flowers. And the crocodile has got a red breathing tube, even though the crocodile is, a creature that lives in water. So it's almost like this is symbolic of another kind of water, the water of the unconscious almost. And the red base chakra is where we start. and we ascend up to purple, up to indigo. The key is aligned with the number 4. 4 also being like the tetragrammaton of divinity, and indigo with the key. So the right brain up to the indigo from the red through the castle. In Wario Land, as I said, this is pure treasure. And in Wario World, again, Wario is surrounded by treasure. And it's all what would traditionally be considered wealth. Coins, diamonds, right? Things that the use of this is wealth. Except the crown and the sword. These are the only 2 objects, except maybe this pearl necklace. These are the only 2 objects that have a traditional use. A use, that is beyond its value. And they're on Wario's left hand. It almost seems as if, the objects used to unlock the right brain, or to slay the shadow, to slay the dragon, maybe. The crown, again, if the yellow hat aligns with the castle here as well, right? In Wario Land 4, the castle here. And the phallic nature of the key, this sort of long nose. I've said in previous videos how Wario's red nose, full of blood vessels, is phallic in itself as well. So this sort of phallic symbol, and the sword is a clear phallic symbol, as being something held by the left hand to slay or to go through with the process of entering one's self. So here as well, I mean, the top of the mountain is indigo, and it's blocked. You can't see it here, but it's blocked by a rock. So the Kundalini energy needs to fly through from the red, and right, from the red 3 to the purple, to the indigo.